Hi, I'm Christy, and welcome to my kitchen. I haven't had much time to do any cooking videos lately, so I thought I'd do a vlog and just kind of tell you about the food I got to eat recently. I had a great experience. We just came back from the Napa Valley this past weekend. We live kind of close to it, a couple hours away, so we tend to go like once a year, go wine tasting and make a little weekend out of it. We took some family who came into town, and that was fun. We ended up going to a couple of wineries. We went to Francis Ford Coppola's winery. He had an older one, which I think is still open, but it's under a different name. And then now he has a new one built, which is really neat. He has some cool props from his movies that he did, and there's a swimming pool out there. We played bocce ball. It was really fun. His wine is yummy. I love his wine. I tend to buy his wine at the store because it's really good wine, and you can get it for pretty inexpensive, like $10 to $16 a bottle, and it's a good wine. So when we went there for the wine tasting, I did the reserve wine tasting because that's not typically what you find at the store. And so we came back with a bottle from there. I got their director's cut. It's really good. It's I think it's a blended red wine. It's not particularly like a Cabernet or whatever. But it's really good, really everyday drinking wine. I'm not good with when you wine taste, some people can pull out all these different flavors of wine. I can't do that. I just know when I drink a wine that I like it or I don't like it. I don't necessarily know why I like it or don't like it. But, yeah, that's how I taste wine. I have fun. I just have fun, and it's a blast. I love to wine taste. If you've never done it, you definitely have to try it. The Napa Valley is a great place to try wine. The other winery we went to is my favorite winery up there. It's called Castello de Amorosa, which means the Castle of Love, and it is literally a castle with a torture chamber and everything. It is a castle. It is the most amazing building I've ever been into. It's the Situi family. The Situi, they have another winery there, which is really cool. Everybody's always out in front of that one, eating on the benches. But this is up the road a ways, and you can tour it. You usually have to make a reservation because it gets packed. It's fairly new. The winery is fairly new for all the wineries out there. I came back with a case. Again, I said it is my favorite. This is my favorite wine of all. It's called the Il Briganti. It is a blended cab. I love Cabernets. It's 69% Cabernet, I think 12 Zinfandel, a little Merlot, a little Sangiovese. It's really good. It's a blended red wine. This is the 2006. I love their take on making wine. Mr. Situi, he's very old school in the way he makes his wine there at the castle. So when you get the tour, you get the whole explanation of how they make it, what's involved, and everything that goes on there. It's really neat. I like the whole attitude and the whole love that goes into that winery. It's really, really neat winery. So if you're in Napa, you definitely have to check it out. The other thing that I like to do is check out celebrity chef restaurants. That term celebrity chef is kind of an interesting one to me because back in the day, there wasn't Food Network. I grew up without Food Network, the cooking channel, and everything. I remember coming home from 5th grade, junior high, and I would turn on, I think it was Discovery Channel, and I'd watch Top Chefs, Top Cities, or Great Chefs, Great Cities, and World Class Cuisine. Those were the two cooking shows that I had to watch. And then on the weekends I'd watch PBS and watch Grand Care. I'd watch Julia Child, Jacques Pepin. So those were the celebrity chefs back then. Now you got Cooking Channel, you got Food Network 24 hours a day. You're finding out so many different restaurants, different chefs. So when we were in Napa, my fun thing we did was go to Bottega, which is Michael Chiavello's restaurant. He was recently on Top Chef Masters, came in second. And he also had his show on the Food Network. And it's kind of hit and miss with these quote-unquote celebrity chefs. We've been to a couple restaurants, and I was rather disappointed because you expect like great food to come from them because they are on TV and, you know, very well known. But Michael Chiarello's restaurant was probably one of the best restaurants I've been to so far. I mean, we haven't had a ton of super fine dining experiences, but this is probably like the best one we've had. It was so good. It was Bottega. We started out the evening we went for lunch. It was a 2 o'clock lunch. We went after the castle. We got there a little early. We went over to his store next door, Napa Style, which has some great home furnishings. And he also has a tasting table in there because he also makes wine. He has a little boutique winery of his own. You can't tour his winery, but you can try them there at Napa Style. So we did the little tasting, tried 2 of his Cabernets, and his Petite Syrah. We bought a bottle of the Cabernet and the Petite Syrah and took it over to the restaurant with us and drank it with our meal. There was a group of us, there's 8 of us. So we ordered 4 different appetizers, and then we ordered 4 pasta dishes, and then we each ordered a main dish. My favorite thing that we had the whole evening was his polenta under glass. I really had never had polenta before, but it was so good. It was so creamy. The polenta was so creamy. It had like there had to be cheese in there. And then it had like this little Parmesan crostini on top of it. So you like break into the Parmesan crostini and then you dig into this creamy soft polenta. So we put a little bit of that on our plate. And then on top of that, it comes with this balsamic game sauce. I love balsamic vinegar. Like, to drink it by the bottles. I can drink it like wine. I love a good balsamic vinegar. And then to put that on top of your polenta, it was so good. And then it was really thick and rich, and the waitress called it a balsamic game sauce. And instead of having a little bit of like gamey flavor, like there's like veal stock or something in there, but it was so rich. You just needed a little bit of it on your polenta. It was so good. Like, I'm definitely going to try and make my own little version of that. It was very, very good. Other things we had there, we had the calamari, which was excellent. Tried octopus for the first time, which was good too. We got the tuna sashimi, I believe is what they called it. But it comes out on a salt brick. And he's kind of known for his salts, his gray salts and just different sea salts. So that was really good. We got his gnocchi. That was excellent. I've never really had good gnocchi, so that was a good experience for me. It was definitely super wonderful, like soft pillowy clouds. Definitely want to try making gnocchi now. Other things that we had, just some different pastas. I tried the bolognese sauce, which was very good. I ordered the braised short ribs. Oh, excellent. You cannot go wrong with the short ribs. I think I'm a big pork fan, and it was just perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned. It was excellent. So hopefully if you're ever in the area, you definitely have to try out Bottega. Michael Chiarello's excellent chef, very good food. The next thing that we want to do as far as food goes, I have a few restaurants I want to try out. One, I totally love Top Chef. It's like my favorite show right now. Fabio Viviani is amazing. So I want to go down to LA, which isn't too far, 4 or 5 hours from my house. I want to try out his couple of restaurants that he has. I don't live far from San Francisco. I want to try Fleur de Lis, which is Hubert Keller's restaurant. I've been to his burger bar in San Francisco and the one in Las Vegas, both great. So I want to try his restaurant, and then also the French Laundry. That's back in Yountville in Napa Valley, so I'm hoping someday we can go there. I mean, it's a 3-star Michelin restaurant. How can you go wrong, right? Okay. Well, I hope that I can do this again and that everybody enjoyed this. Let me know what celebrity chef restaurants you've been to, if you liked it, or, somewhere that you have to go to. If you have a restaurant, you're like, oh, you have to eat here. Let me know what it is. I'm always looking for the next good restaurant to go to. So, in the meantime, get a bottle of wine, have a little sampling, and remember, when you're making food, always make it with love.